Hi there, Lynn Hesley for TBI Talk 2. I'm a severe traumatic brain injury survivor. My accident happened July 3rd, 2020 at the Westin here in the Fort Lauderdale Beach area. I was out walking around smoking a cigarette, and that's when I got run over by a Ford Mustang, and then the Ford Mustang left. So yes, I am a severe traumatic brain injury survivor. I am doing well. No word on how that Mustang driver is doing. I hope they're doing well and they're not in a rush for anything else to the adverse effects it may have on others. So what I'd like to talk to you about today is how TBI survivors generally don't talk about their traumatic brain injuries and their recovery. I say this because I'm so excited about this super cool vlog that we're doing here that I wanted to have some others, people that I know and have connections with that shared their traumatic brain injury survivors. I wanted to have some people on the show with me to talk about the fun and the adventure and the questions you may have as a traumatic brain injury survivor. I mean, so many things that need talked about. Your TBI will change so much. While both, I asked a couple people if they would join me. I was really excited to have them come on and talk about some of the things that TBI survivors go through, and neither of them were comfortable with it. Much respect to them for obviously sharing their TBI experience. They did not have the comfort of being a TBI survivor, maybe that I do. And for TBI survivors that are unsure or uncertain or appreciative of how they've recovered, I'd seriously like to let you all know that strong as hell. We're strong as hell. This type of injury doesn't happen to just anybody. It can happen to anyone at any time for any reason, in any condition, any weather, any day of the week. My traumatic brain injury just happened on the 4th of July. And it's 2 weeks before my birthday, so July has always been a very special month for me. And I'm always happy to relive knowing what I know of my story before my traumatic brain injury and doing my best to build upon the memories that I was able to retain and create new memories for my brand new life. My traumatic brain injury created some issues. Not my own fault, but because TBIs are often talked about, the patients may not have the opportunities to share their own thought processes on things. One of the biggest aspects of being a TBI survivor that I'm still struggling with is the mental disabilities that often occur as a part of your TBI recovery. That your brain getting injured in that specific area could create some mental challenges and some mental defects. And they do. They do and they have. I know that I don't process difficult things the same way today that I did in 2020. As a TBI survivor who is in her 40s, I think maybe that has something to do with it, that I was 39 when I had my TBI and I'm now 45. Ending my 30s was something that I was looking forward to doing. I had stuff on my schedule in 2020 for my birthday. Disney World had just closed down, remember, from COVID-19, in 2020, and that really made me upset because I was a season pass holder, and I had a couple best friends who were also pass holders, and that was the basis of our friendship. We would go to Disney World and we would celebrate and enjoy the rides and the food and the laughs that we all knew to expect and enjoy. But it closed due to COVID-19, so there was so much of the year we were thinking, what are we going to do with the rest of this year? But then they were going to open the park at the end, towards the end of July in 2020, and I had plans on my calendar to go with my friend to Orlando in July of 2020 when Disney World opened after COVID-19. My mom is going through a stroke recovery right now, so brain injuries are, we're not afraid of them here. Like, we take them on, no problem. I had a severe traumatic brain injury, and my mom is also having a brain injury. It's an acquired brain injury, but nonetheless, still a brain injury. And it's so interesting as a TBI survivor to somewhat reflect on the healing that my mom was going through as an ABI survivor and what her experience is like as a stroke survivor with family present. One of the things I'm really curious about is I really don't have any memory talking to my family or interacting with my family or anything when I was at any of the hospitals, when I was at Broward General or when I was at Encompass. No idea about their presence at anything. My mom, however, is getting to interact with my younger sister in Rochester. So her ABI has direct family recovery. I'm very curious to see how her ABI recovery looks like with family contact during the recovery versus what mine looked like. One moment, please. One moment. Well, I finally got this guy calmed down. You can't see Zeke. There he is. Oh! I got that Zeke guy calmed down. And now we can return to TBI Talk. What was I talking about? I do not remember. However, because I feel certain that I've covered some really delightful topics and that Zeke is now adjusting himself to sit on the couch with me, I'd like to thank you for checking out TBI Talk episode 2. I really welcome the experiences you'd be willing to share about your TBI in the comments or on my Facebook page. I'm happy I recovered from my traumatic brain injury. I'm proud of it, and I will shout it from the rooftops if necessary. I survived a traumatic brain injury. The echo. Thank you so much for watching episode 2 of TBI Talk. I'm sorry this wasn't as fun as the worst one. Working on getting him, the first one. Been working on getting him more fabulous sustainably. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Take care.